Bitch, I love adulthood. Childhood fucking sucks. And I know that you're like, childhood, you had consistent meals and not holes in your wall. And like, like you didn't have to do shit. You were at a time period where you could have had stuffed animals and Powerpuff Girl blankets and all sorts of shit without having to worry about bills. Well, guess what, bitch? The good thing about adulthood is that you can still do all that shit. I still have teddy bears. I'm literally laying on one as we speak. I have sweet little, well, this used to be a soft blanket, but I have sweet blankets, baby pink, tie dye, all that good shit. And guess what? Like when you're an adult, if you're broke, at least you're broke from your own responsibility. Imagine living in a two-parent household where it's like two guardians, and then not only are they broke, but they also won't let you watch porn. You can't masturbate. You can't go out with your friends, even when your friends are safe as fuck and they just want to simply take a walk in your park. Your parents will say fuck no. They go shopping for you and choose what you wear. You can't wear what you want or do what you want. But as an adult, I love being a full grown woman. I always wanted to be a full grown woman. I thought to myself, I want to have so much fun as an adult and live life to the fullest. I want to have big fat titties, a nice slim waist, long legs, and I want to have stiletto high heels. I want to wear long, flowy, gorgeous dresses, have fancy jewelry, dance in the sun, make all sorts of friends. And you know what? I love being an adult because you can. You can just wake up after a great night of producing your own fucking event where everybody loves you and you even got a free fucking Cubano sandwich because people just appreciated you that much. I got hella White Claws. I woke up and drank a White Claw and then you're like, bitch, that is alcoholism. Not if you wake up at the perfect time to drink. If you wake up at 3 p.m., that is the drinking hour. You are fine. It is 5 o'clock somewhere. And you know what? It was mango flavored, so it's almost a mimosa. As an adult, you could just wake up like, woo, I've got big fucking titties, niggas on my line. I have a bag full of candy, and as a responsible adult, I can choose to eat all of it for breakfast if I fucking want. You can do anything you want as an adult. I love adulthood, man. I love it. Like, I could just wake up first thing in the morning and look up big titty chick threesomes. I could look at stupid fucking porn where it's like lesbians at a kissing booth, but then one sneaks behind the kissing booth and starts eating ass for no reason. That's a great way to start your morning, and that's how I start my morning, and that's why I'm such a happy person. And I know you're like, Tamia, you laughed when you said you're a happy person. No, I am. I'm genuinely happy today. I was gonna be happy without the White Claw. I just chose to drink it because you know what? I'm a gremlin. Rah! Adulthood is great. I have a date tomorrow and I get to choose. Adulthood is great, especially as a woman. As a kid, you have to. The world is such a shitty place when you're a kid. It's like you're wearing a skirt, so you can't play on the playground. You can't do shit. We're gonna. Like, if a boy hits you, it's because he likes you and it's unacceptable. As a grown woman, if a nigga even steps your way the wrong way, you can beat the shit out of that man with a brick in the street and no one will stop you. They'll be like, girl boss, we love you. Amen. Slay them. As you should. As a grown woman, you can stab these niggas. Just so you know, you can own a knife. People, like, maybe it's not legal to own a knife, but, like, people, like, if you're a woman with a knife, people are gonna think, wow, that's a hot woman with a knife. As a kid, you can't have a knife, or else you're gonna get sent to a psych ward, because your parents will be able to control your life until you're 18. But as a fucking adult, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and that's amazing. As a grown woman, it's so much more fun. I got a mink coat in the corner of my crib right now. One nigga sent me the money for it, and another nigga got me a discount on it. And guess what? I'm allergic to mink coats, but guess what? I'm still a bitch that owns mink coats. You could have sex and do whatever the fuck you want. Anything you want. Anything. You could just tell a nigga who has a crush on you. Like when you were younger, it'd be like, "Oh my god, I have a crush on Anthony. I don't know, he might not like my Facebook post. I'm gonna cry about it." As an adult, you could be like, "Hey Anthony, fine ass nigga, if you want my attention, what can you do for me? And I'm gonna make you call me mommy, and I'm gonna call you a bitch, and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna be confused about it in a good way." Mwah. I might have a date tomorrow where I might get fucking box seats at the Giants game, and I'm gonna be fucking lit, bitch. I'm gonna be turning up in that motherfucker in my stilettos, with my long, wavy, colorful pink wig, with my mini skirt, with my crop top and my push-up bra and my waist beads. maybe some body gyms if I feel like it. As an adult, you can wear whatever the fuck you want. There's like, then you learn that there's really no time limits on shit. Because when you turn 18, like, it does, like, you're just still kind of like a kid, so there's not much you can do, but you can still do more. Like, you could have sex with 29-year-olds if you want. I don't, there's highlights to that, and there's a lot of downsides. I don't recommend it. I turned 21 during the pandemic, but let's just say, like, the slow realization of, like, oh, I can go to strip clubs. I could be a stripper. I've always wanted to be a stripper. I did not become a stripper because I realized I don't like men or touching money and germs. Ew. I do love women though. But, like, I'm just saying, when you're an adult, you can do things. Like, when you're a kid, you usually need your parents' permission to get a job. And even then, your parents will probably steal your fucking money or control your fucking life or just be evil bastards. So maybe you'll have to steal art supplies and hope that you won't get, like, sent to juvie or whatever. But as an adult, you have adult money. You could buy fancy Japanese gouache style watercolors and learn ancient art techniques and research all sorts of amazing, fascinating things and do so much with your life. It's fun. Like, child me would be ecstatic to see the shit that adult me goes through. Because adult me, I'll just be like, yeah, fuck it. Impromptu trip to Lake Tahoe. You know what? For my birthday, I might go check out some bioluminescence in a nearby coastal town. And then have raw back shots with this sweetie pie who adores me and wants to make me happy and loves to give me jewelry. And it's like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, adulthood is awesome. Like, when you're a kid, so much of your life is controlled. Everything. Like, when I was a kid, my mom used to just be the type of parent to be like, guess what? I went through your underwear drawer, and I don't like the way your panties are folded. The landlord's gonna come in for an inspection. What would he think? It's like, bitch, what? But as an adult, you don't need to wear panties. It's awesome. You don't. What if it smells sweaty? Guess what? For some reason, niggas like that. You will learn about all sorts of amazing, disgusting people on this planet. And it's like, there are niggas where, even, like, if you have thick thighs, and even if you sweat so much that you had, like, a pool of sweat form in that cute little triangle that forms between the fat in your thighs and your pussy mound, niggas would slurp that up like a shot of tequila. They would do that. Does that happen to me? Plead the fifth. Shut up. This is getting weird. But don't worry, I wear panties sometimes. Sometimes. I don't need to wear panties. Fuck panties. But sometimes panties are necessary. It's so weird that I don't wear panties, but also don't keep track of my period. So that's like, I don't know. That's like the equivalent of being Elon Musk and going out without your toddler around your shoulders when you know that there's niggas with snipers who want to blow your fucking head off, basically. It's like, why are you taking that gamble? That's too big of a gamble. Come on now, no protection? Being an adult is fucking awesome. You can just, like, when you're a kid and you make fucked up artwork, people will be like, you need help, and they'll try to get you locked away or force you into therapy mandatory, like, several times a week. But when you're an adult, it's like, wow, look at this groundbreaking esoteric artwork. I'll pay you $600 just for the sake of letting me see this painting. Keep up the good work. And it's like, amen. Like I said, when you're a kid, you have your parents being broke is your issue. Like, it's like, sadly, your issue because your parents have to provide for you. Like, you're under their thumb. But when you're an adult, you have your own money, and then you realize it's like, shit, I get to control what I eat. It doesn't have to be chicken nuggets and ramen or sleep for dinner or ice cubes. I could actually, like, get the fancy shit at the grocery store, and then, like, that's the beauty. In fact, when you're young, when you're at that weird age where you're too young for nightclubs and too old for, well, not too old for anything, because when you're 18, you can do whatever the fuck people said you couldn't do when you were a kid. You could dress in the ways that people said were childish or slutty. The second you hit 18, do that shit. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Just learn self-defense. Have a taser, have a razor, have a blade, have some pepper spray, and just instill in your head to kill these niggas before they kill you. And maybe figure out the gift of gab, and then you could wear whatever you want and always be safe. Also have some people who would kill for you around you. Don't worry, you'll get them quickly. I'm just saying, adulthood's great. Adulthood is great. You get to just be so demanding, and like, you get to grip life by the balls and slam it into the bed and fuck it and make it its bitch. Like, you get to make life your bitch. You get to just decide to do things and do whatever you want with your grown ass money, and it's beautiful. it's one of those things where it's like it's a slow process, but once you realize the power you have, it's so freeing. Like when I lived with my mother, it was a weird process, and like because I didn't get to leave her house when she was 18. It was just like, cool, I'm the same trapped 17-year-old, but now a month has passed, and now I'm considered an 18-year-old adult, and now instead of the threat of you're a child and you can't leave my house, where would you go without me? You have to be here. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, stain on my existence. Thanks, parents, by the way. Fuck you. Then it just turned into you're 18 now, you're a big girl, figure out your fucking life. We could throw you out anytime. We have no more obligation for you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck those parents. But then the good thing is that, the pandemic happened and time passed and a lot of things happened. But over time, I remember the exact moment that I just kind of, as my mom was yelling at me over an unvacuumed sliver of a corner of my bedroom, the way I just decided, you know what? How old do I want to be? Still getting yelled at by my mom. Still not having any control over my life. Still nothing. Nothing. I think I deserve more than that. But it's great. You like when you're an adult, you get to do whatever you want. You get to dress like a fucking Disney princess every time you leave the house. You get to dress like your favorite fucking 90s fucking like femme fatales and vixens, or your favorite fucking like romance movie protagonists. You get to do anything. You can decide to spend like also someone said it like this: your 20s are just like your teens, but now you have money. So you get to bullshit and find out hella shit about yourself. And during your late 20s, that's when you start figuring out the pieces of who you want to be, what you want to be more. Not everyone figures it out then, and that's okay. But it's your time to bullshit. So while you're still in your 20s, bullshit, figure shit out, have fun. Don't worry too much. If your bills are paid and you're finding out lovely things to enjoy, you're doing well. Then your 30s. Then someone said your 30s are basically your 20s, just with financial stability and more wisdom. So this time you're not going to be the same idiot you were, getting wasted at bars, like slurping up niggas while still being afraid to ask the niggas who want free head for like, even a 10-piece McNugget. Now you're an adult. Now you have standards and like a refined fashion taste. You don't wear neon as much. But you still don't regret the years you spent during your teens or your 20s. You had your fun, but now it's like, okay, the 30s, the fun, exquisite years, and it's the exact same shit, except maybe your body will feel a little weird if you sleep funny and you can't handle hangovers as well. But depends on the person. Some of us have good genetics, eat our probiotics, and do our stretches, so maybe we'll be fine. And then someone said that it's like, yeah, then it's the dirty 30s. That's when people start doing like swinging and shit. Like, hell yeah, you know what? Let's have our fun. Then your 40s, those are like the early cougar years. Like, you're like a little pantherist. You're like, wow, you get to just like, you get to eat these niggas up and chew them up and spit them out. You get to be like Gabrielle mixed with Edie from Desperate Housewives and have your fucking fun. You get to do whatever you like. And then your 50s, that's when you could be hot like Stevie Nicks. You could just do whatever. You could act young, you could act old, you could act whatever you fucking want, because it's all just a concept. You could just decide, I'm gonna start a fucking garden like Jodie's mom and Baby Boy. And you could put on one of those long fucking shawls and just decide that you're gonna spend your days belly dancing next to some cherry tomatoes and having people over for tea and doing whatever the fuck you want. And you'll probably have some niggas that you knew in your 20s and your 30s who surprisingly still stuck around, and you could still get your shit clapped by them. Hell yeah, as you should, in your garden, next to the motherfucking rosemary bushes. God bless, amen, as God intended. And then 60s and 70s, like, yeah, it's like you get to just be, like, you're gonna be a gilf. You're gonna be awesome. You're gonna be tight as fuck, slay. And you can do whatever you want. I got a buddy right now where he's living life as if he's 25 and he's 77. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, and I love it. I feel like children need to be treated a lot better, to have autonomy and respect and a lot more freedom. No offense. As I've gotten older, like when I was young, I thought to myself, why the fuck would some of these people need like alcohol to be happy, or feel the need to do meth or crack or drugs? Like, why? But then you look at how some of these people grew up and the parents they had and the environments they were in, and sometimes I hear some shit that's so bad that's like, damn, kid, maybe you needed some fucking heroin. Obviously, that's a joke. But I know someday that's going to be used out of context against me, and it's going to be really fucking funny. Pause. But I'm just saying, sometimes I meet a kid whose life is so fucked up, it's like, damn, kid. you needed some White Claws. And it's like, kids can't drink or shouldn't drink. They don't need to drink. They need better fucking environments and autonomy and freedom of speech. But no, people want to beat the fuck out of their kids and be weird, where their kids can't even stand on the fucking driveway without being screamed at, threatened, and beaten because they have weird fucking parents. Like, no autonomy, all these standards and high expectations. Fuck that shit. And it fucks with people. That's why I keep meeting people in their 20s who are about to enter their 30s who still are just like fucked up from their childhoods, and that makes me so sad. And that shit is just atrocious. I feel like kids deserve so much better than they get. And, like, they do, truly. It's another factor I stayed with my ex for a bit last year. Longer than I should have. I wanted to see how he was treating his daughter. And in some ways, really good, but in certain other ways, it's like he was dismissive. Where, like, I had to remind him some shit wasn't okay to do, and he knew it. Disgusting. I still hope that ex dies, in my opinion. The kid would be so much better with her grandparents. At least in my opinion. It is still so sad. But I will say this. The beauty of adulthood is you can do whatever. You could decide that the second you're 18, you could spend every single summer at Six Flags. Even though in my area, all the Six Flags and even the Great America is fucking closing. Which is sad. But I'll try. Damn! I just got sad because I realized with them closing, there's going to be no more Halloween haunt or Christmas. I need to go to their Halloween haunt. Me and a sexy ass nigga, we need to go to the Halloween haunt and get jump scared by some teenagers in costumes trying to find, like, joy in this world. Not by drinking or smoking weed or having premarital raw sex, but by scaring the shit out of adult in Halloween costumes, which I support. Also, teenagers don't even get Halloweens anymore, which it's like, it's so sad. But the fun thing about adulthood is, even though you'll meet adults who will still be like, ooh, like teenage years is when people are like, oh my god, you're gonna go trick-or-treating? What a weird little bitch you are. It's candy, shut the fuck up. But as an adult, I'll put it this way, last Halloween, almost every fucking weekend in October was Halloween weekend. It got to the point where I kept meeting people who were like, oh, wasn't Halloween, like, so his Halloween was the first of the month. Hers was the next weekend. And then it's like, they were like, why are more people still doing Halloween? I said, because Halloween hasn't even passed yet. It's not even the 31st. That's actual Halloween. But I guess some people have confusing schedules and also free will, so they're just like, you know what? We are adults. We could just decide to go out in costumes and get fucking wasted every single weekend in October, and even on random weekdays when we want. Because fuck it, I paid $90 for the costume. I deserve to have fun. And I'm a grown-ass adult. And you know what, Slay? I appreciate that shit. It actually was fun. It felt like I was living in Halloween Town from the Disney movies. It's great. When you're an adult, you have free autonomy over your body, what you enjoy, what you want to do. Like, when I was younger, I remember, like, a decade or so before, I was getting yelled at for, like all sorts of stupid shit. It's like, what? Let me talk in the chat rooms and flirt with people my age, seemingly, as long as it didn't go too far. But still, I get to, like, let me read my fan fiction, let me look at porn, like, not too much, but it's like a little bit every now and then. Why not? Why not? And then as an adult, I get to support burlesque shows and variety shows and, like, all, like, it's just interesting to know that all the shit that was demonized against me when I was young is stuff that's appreciated when I'm an adult. Like, when I was younger, people, like, trust me, let's just say my family, if I were still in touch with those assholes who I don't consider a family, I'm just saying it for the sake of words. Gross. Let's just say I now have freedom to do whatever the fuck I want, and it feels great. I now can decide that I'll spend an evening dressed as, like, sexy Catwoman or Domino from the Marvel comics with a bunch of fellow sexy nerds and watch cool ass performances where a lady will, like, set herself on fire as she's naked, or put a 50-pound weight in her vajayjay on stage. And I can enjoy that shit with a crowd of fellow fucking freaks, and we all get turned up. And now life is amazing. I have music producers as friends who know all these celebrities. I get invited to exclusive events. I get to paint and draw and doodle and screenwrite and rap and sing. I get to embrace spiritualities and religions that were demonized or, like, never allowed in my environment, and I get to have fun. And that's the beauty of life. I always wanted to be an adult. Because childhood was nice, but eventually it's like, you know, did you want to spend your summers laying on the floor, staring at the TV, watching SpongeBob endlessly back to back to back because your parents wouldn't let you even outside to fucking hula hoop, and then you're just fucking bored and just dull, and Like, no. And so I'm glad that now as an adult I can do shit like, hey, pretty boy, let's go see this weekend concert 4 seats. And they'll be like, yes, mommy. And then we go out to do it. And it's great. I love it. And I can decorate my place out. Like when I was younger, you couldn't even tape out a picture of a bunny with scotch tape. Like 2 cents worth of scotch tape. You couldn't even take out a picture of a bunny that you got in your little girl's magazine and tape it to your wall without your stupid fucking whore of a mother getting mad at you and trying to like use it as it like just immediately abuse you and act like you were disrespecting her authority by not asking her and all sorts of weird shit. But now as an adult, I have my artwork covered in all over my walls, and I have fresh flowers and also a lot of flies, but whatever. And why did I need to say that? And I can wear what I want, do what I want, and feel what I want. I can choose to cover my whole body and dress modestly and dress like I'm motherfucking Audrey Hepburn. Or I can choose to dress like I'm Diane Carroll. I can choose to dress like I'm fucking Diogenes. I can choose to dress like a nigga. I can wear my hair whatever I want and be what I want and be happy. God bless and amen. I'm very happy to be an adult. And to think I have such a long life to live, that is beautiful, and only more is to come. This is only the beginning. Age is a concept, and I'm happy about it. Bye.